From all over New Zealand, the best young singers are pinning their hopes of success on our longest-running opera competition. With dreams of international stardom, they're desperate to follow in the footsteps of our great divas, former winners like Dames Kiri and Malvina. Of the 12 semi-finalists, only half will make the cut when it comes time to decide who will stand on stage in the grand final of this year's SongQuest. In a competition full of sopranos, Matt Landreth is a bit of a dark horse. First of 3 baritones in the competition, when Matt's not helping out on the family farm in Southland, he's shooting hoops in the gym in Dunedin. Now studying design at Otago, music has always played a major part in Matt's life.
There's definitely a lot of music in the family. We all had to sing at the community concerts and things like that. Family items, yeah.
I'm a bad dog, a mad dog, teasing silly sheep.
One thing I really love about singing is just being able to bring joy to other people hearing me.
I love to sit and bathe the moon.
And so I think it's really important that I use the gifts that God has given me.
Although he's been singing for years, Matt's only just started taking opera seriously, which makes him the rookie among the semi-finalists.
It's a great competition. I'm just rapt to get this far into the semi-finals. Thought, it's such a big competition. I never thought I'd even be entering into it, so to be here, it's quite amazing, and to see where I've come over the last year, it's been quite a quick ride, I guess.
She's one of the youngest competitors, but Paloma Bruce has been this far in the competition before, as a semi-finalist in 2002. This year she's hoping she'll go one better.
I decided that I wanted to be an opera singer when I was 12, and from that point on, everything, like every piece of clothing that I bought, every day, everything, like every subject I chose at school, everything was just to be a singer because I knew it was so hard. The thing about classical music is that it is a challenge, and there's 2 aspects to it. I mean, the first aspect is that it's incredibly difficult. I mean, it's like an Olympic challenge. You're doing some of the hardest things with your voice and your culture, and the second part is just the beauty of music.
Like most of the semi-finalists, Madeleine Pirard is a music student. To meet the challenge of a singer's life, she hits the gym 4 times a week.
There's so much breathing involved that you have to have a lot of stamina. It's more energy than actual, physical strength, so you do need to be strong. I'm actually still finding my feet in terms of my voice. I've sung so many different genres for quite a long time, and I've only really started just actually last year. I think I started singing operatic arias.
After years of rushing off to after-school dance and drama classes, the hard work is starting to pay off for SongQuest debutante Penelope Muir.
I don't think I made a conscious decision to sing opera. I think it kind of found me, because my first musical experience was through ballet, and that has just given me so much. The rhythm, the musicality, and just interpreting the music, I think, has been a big help for me. I do get nervous, but I just love the audience, and I love feeding from the audience.
This is the last chance for 30-year-old Jamie Frater. He'll be too old to compete in the next SongQuest. And while the others have been singing constantly, Jamie took 10 years off to work as a computer programmer and nearly became a priest.
I felt that in that 10 years I hadn't really lost a lot of what I'd learned. I'd continued to sing a little bit at home, so I didn't really feel like I had to sort of relearn all of those things from the past. Well, the preparation for the performance is all about the music, analysing the music and analysing the words and coming to a full understanding of all of it. And I find that I tend to just sort of click into it. Once I'm on stage, I have to forget about all of the work before, and it just has to come naturally.
The operatic voice from Dannevirke belongs to Alison Cormack, another full-time music student whose passion for singing started at an early age.
Music is hugely important to me. I've been listening to classical music for as long as I can remember. And when I was a child, I got taken to the opera maybe twice a year. We'd drive up from Dannevirke to Wellington, and that was the highlight of my year pretty much. The things I love about opera is the combination of the music, the singing, the orchestra, the costume. I mean, you get everything. Sets, it's wonderful. When it's done well, it's particularly exciting, and you can get transported away to somewhere else.
Alison and the other semi-finalists are the survivors of a group of 61 singers who originally auditioned. The ultimate prize is a title that will help launch them onto the international stage, like hugely successful SongQuest winners of the past. Previously known as the Mobile SongQuest, this is the most prestigious competition for emerging Kiwi singers and has been showcasing new talent since 1956. This year, the tradition continues with Lexus taking over as the new sponsor. To cut the field of 12 semi-finalists in half, leaving only those who will compete for the top prize, each singer must make a recording of their repertoire under the watchful eye of organiser Diana Cable. This means learning 6 songs written in at least 3 different languages.
Hours and hours just translating your pieces, trying to get that to sink in so you know which words to express and bring out, rather than doing a big note on the or something like that.
During the first auditions, singers performed live in front of the judges, but the dozen still standing now have only 3 hours to record their chosen songs. The semi-final judges will meet for 1 day to make the tough decisions, so each singer knows their every note will be listened to over and over and will win or lose them a place in the final.
I'm a lean dog, a keen dog, a wild dog and lone. I'm a rough dog, a tough dog, hunting on my own.
Where Matt really excelled was when he tells a story. And the Vaughan Williams is just so delightful.
I really thought that she did exceedingly well. I was very, very impressed with her in Wellington.
I've never done any recording before, so it was all new. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but it's been a good experience overall.
I have heard her sing that twice now, and on both occasions I have felt close to tears. So she sings it beautifully.
things that worked better in that, but in actual fact there were one or two entries that weren't quite as clean as in the first version.
I was a lot more relaxed about it at the beginning than I thought I would be, but I think that I might have overestimated my stamina because I got very tired quite early on.
But some funny choices of repertoire. It's interesting how their self-image doesn't always fit with our image of them. Yeah.
They say singers are their own worst critics, and 3 hours isn't always long enough to get a perfect take.
I did a couple of mistakes as well.
And it wasn't.
I breathed. I actually, Kade, you. It's like saying, I love you. It just doesn't make sense. I do at the end if I've got another. I mean, it's my favourite song and I'm not happy with it. Yeah.
I thought the great tendency was, recording-wise, that they all tried too hard. They all tended to over-sing for the microphone, whereas for us, in a bigger hall, they felt much more at ease.
The judges have made their decisions, but the singers are left hanging. It'll be 3 months before they are told who has made the final and who has not. Meanwhile, Madeline is straight back to singing lessons and into the gym. 2 years ago, she lost a lot of weight, but her back suffered as her chest remained the same size. Regular workouts haven't cured her back pain, so Madeline's now chosen to have breast reduction surgery.
The surgery went very well. It was a week ago, but yeah, things are pretty good. I'm not feeling much pain, and yeah, I'm not worried about it affecting my singing at all because I've already been practicing actually.
Jamie wasn't sitting around waiting by the phone. He took himself off to auditions in Britain and won a place in London's prestigious Royal College of Music. Winning the SongQuest is now a near necessity. The $25,000 winner's purse is just about half his expenses for a year.
I have to get over 60,000 New Zealand dollars for the fees and living costs, and I actually can't get a student visa without that money.
But a couple of the other singers have just been taking it as it comes.
Yeah, mostly working here on the family farm. I've been doing a little bit of crutching and working in shearing sheds for other people as well, but yeah, mainly just here on the farm and doing some hard yakka work. It's been good.
I haven't really been doing anything much. I've been on holiday for December and January, and yeah, just giving the voice a wee break and stuff.
Finally, the singers' long wait is over. They are about to find out who will take the stage with the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra in the final concert. Now Diana must deliver the news.
Hello.
Hi, Paloma. Diana here. How are you?
All right.
All right.
Look, I will put you out of your misery.
I'm really, really sorry, but you didn't make the finalists. I'm so sorry.
Hello?
Look, I'll tell you straight away. Congratulations.
You're a finalist in the SongQuest.
Finalist.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How you going, Diana?
Good, good.
Look, I'll come straight to it, and
I'm really, really sorry, but you're not a finalist.
Oh, no.
I'm
That's
really
all right.
sorry.
No worries.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm really happy to get to where I've got.
Well, you should be proud. Congratulations. You are a finalist.
Oh my God.
how are you?
Too bad.
Are you a bit nervous?
Yes.
Well, I'll put you out of your misery. Congratulations, you are a finalist. Well done, darling.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Madeline.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, well. Next time, 2 years. I know.
For the SongQuest final, 3 overseas-based singers are on their way. The final night judge is Grace Bunbury. She made her debut in Paris, aged 23. She's a demanding teacher who is still getting rave reviews. And from St. Petersburg, finalist Joanna Heslop returns from the Mariinsky Academy.
When I left New Zealand, which was in August 2003, I'd given myself a year to travel around Europe and sing for as many people as I could. And if nobody came forward to take me up, I was planning to give up singing. I think the opportunity, obviously, to work with one of the great singers of the 20th century, Grace Bunbury, is magical. And then also to spend a week with the NZS, so yeah, it's pretty great.
But even on a scholarship, financing an opera career is expensive. And with more than $50,000 in cash and study grants up for grabs, Joanna is coming home with her eyes on the prize.
Well, obviously, you know, prize money is always important, and anybody that says it isn't is probably being very, very political. I'm so excited. It's almost 2 years since I've been home, and I can't wait to see my family again.
Joanna makes it to Wellington just in time to catch up with her mother before the finalists gather for their tutorial with the imposing Miss Bunbury. Also back from overseas studies is baritone Robert Tucker. The masterclass is the first chance for the finalists to show their formidable judge what they can do and to get some help with their arias.
Sorry, can we start again? Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Don't be nervous. You know, you only get one chance in a competition, you know?
I was pretty much felt really nauseous since I discovered that she was going to be the judge of this competition, because it's such a privilege and pretty intimidating too.
First of all, you move too much. Okay. First of all, you distract from your production, and from your vocal production, you take away as well, right. Because you're not thinking about the voice. Right. You're thinking about the interpretation, and we need to first of all hear the voice, the instrument. It's very beautifully sung, Madeleine, but unfortunately you don't give us any interpretation. So what you want to do is think more about the text. You're concerned basically with sound. Of course, sound is for us number one, but close behind it is the text.
I keep getting this women comment that my singing is too sterile, that I don't have enough emotion because I'm constantly thinking about the music, and I think that is because I'm primarily a musician, not a singer, you know? Primarily was, but I want to be a singer, so yeah, I'll do my best to get over that one.
Yeah, but it's too careful. It's too careful. Tant de baiser. You can't be that careful. No. Some things they don't quite know, but that's my job. My job is to cipher them out and then to also be able to help them. Yeah, but I keep hearing gravel in that. Yeah, but you're doing the same thing that she was doing. You're going into this place instead of again. Now it's still there. One more time. Yeah, focus. You know, but like in the old-fashioned cameras, we have to do like this to get them in focus. Yeah. So make sure that your thought is focused on that E vowel. Okay. One more time. Yes. Okay. Just do it together.
The most useful thing was being able to stand there and mimic what she was doing, which gave me a new way to interpret my piece.
Yes, yes. Now, excuse me, are you trying to sing an E up there? Eva, you trying to sing Morire up there at the
With
top?
a slight ooh.
I would not do that.
Okay.
The profession is singing. So they were within their rights, of course, to think about the voice first and foremost. But since our job is communication, not just singing, but communicating with the audience, they have to be aware of that. And somehow or another, it's as if you're using two parts of your brain. One part of the brain is for the voice and the other part is for communication. I mean, this is just, layman's way of talking. But I think it's important that they realize that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measure.
It was really very, very positive for me. She told me things that I knew that I needed to work on and some things that I didn't know.
Yeah, this note, exactly. You have just sung the same note.
The yeah, and then again.
You've just sung that D natural.
Uh-huh.
And why is it all of a sudden pinched? You need the same amount of space.
Okay.
Can I do that same thing again?
Yes.
You still need more space. What's the vowels? An ah? The vowel is an ah. It's an ah.
Uh-huh.
So you need more space. You need an ah. You need ah space. Yes, but even if you're doing that, which and the characterization is good, but you want to still observe the note values. Okay. Ba dee da dee da dee da dee, quarter. Mm-hmm. 8. Everything in singing is individual, even though the art of technique. It's all individual. And as far as I'm concerned, I teach all of my students on an individual basis. Each person has his own set of problems. And what one heard on the first evening or the first day might not be the same or as good as it was at the finals.
After the challenging masterclass, the SongQuest will move into top gear as Miss Bunbury and the singers head to Auckland for their final night.
Right.
You're taking away too much of the dynamic before you get there.
In Auckland, there's very little time to enjoy the hotel between media calls. Then they're off to shake out some nerves in the town hall.
I'm amazed I've come so far. I was amazed to even think I'd gotten into the semi-finals, and so I just am just doubly amazed that I've come this far as well. And I'm really, really looking forward to it.
A quick rehearsal with the pianist is their first chance to check out the acoustics.
I'm off. I'll see you later. I'm off to get some jewellery. Bye.
None of the singers have performed with the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra before, so Grace Bunbury will be watching to see how they respond to the demands of the orchestra and the conductor.
It tells me how fast they are, how musical they are, if they're able to pick up well, and if they're able to take instructions well. Because some people cannot take instructions. And it's interesting, very interesting to see. I didn't have that problem with them.
The SongQuest is unique in that the singers will be judged not just on their final performances, but on the work they've done all week. The dress rehearsal is also a chance to try out their performance clothes, except for Alison, who's only seen a drawing of her dress. It's not till after the rehearsal that she finally sees the real thing.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
Have a lovely night.
At the end of the dress rehearsal, there are some well-chosen words of advice from a seasoned professional.
Just a general thing, don't talk so much. And for God's sake, not a lot of laughing, because talking and laughter voice is gone.
I have only this to say, tomorrow is the time. So when you're there, give not 98%, give 110% in every number that you do.
For young singers who have not sung with an orchestra of the calibre and of the status and of the reputation of the NZSO, they were very together. It's always my fear in this competition, or any competition like this, is that you actually get out there for the first rehearsal with the orchestra and a singer will just sort of implode, that the occasion will get to them and they can't remember the beats in the bar, they can't remember what pitch. And it is very different singing with an orchestra than it is with a piano. It's a completely different feel. I know many professional opera singers who the first rehearsal with an orchestra after 3-4 weeks in the studio with piano accompaniment, they get lost because it needs often a lot of experience. And not one of these young singers really caused any problems. Of course, we had corners to look at, but no, they were fine.
After spending several days with the singers, Grace Bunbury is starting to form clear ideas about their personalities and their strengths.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to suggest it to other competitions, because I found it's interesting, and it gives you a more insight into that person. Because otherwise, you come into a hall, you hear them sing, and you judge it on that. But here, you get a chance to have a one-on-one sort of contact with them to see where their head is. If that person's head is firmly screwed on, and you know that they really want to be a singer, become a singer, then you think differently about them. You have a personal contact with them, whereas in other competitions, it's very sterile.
Then Diana has some detailed last-minute notes for the group.
Madeline PTO, just a question mark. Again from Grace. Not necessary, and it's up to you, but the last note, if you want to hold it a bit longer, feel free.
Which, the high one?
No, the low one.
Yeah.
The high one was wonderful.
The high one was quite
Yes, yeah.
And
it's a discretionary thing of how you feel on the night, I would say.
Is it okay to slightly hitch your skirt when you come in?
No, I was coming to that. That was something that... just be very careful. Or if you do...
I've tripped before, that's why I do it.
If you don't do both hands. Just do the side that's to the orchestra, slightly.
Okay.
Just to lift it up. Yeah. Because that was something that Grace noticed and immediately sort of commented on. Alison. Now this is actually a note from Grace. Quite about 3/4 of the way in. Is it feuchter? You need to take a breath after the first feuchter. I think you took it after the second. She just said breath after the first. Okay, so I hope that means something to you, does it?
I think so.
Yeah, good. Joanna, that definitely worked very well. Obviously the rehearsal, the pace, the flow of it really felt very comfortable. So you're happy with that now? Yeah, good. That's excellent. That's really just the fact that it's a very dense orchestration.
Yeah, and because
the
they're
sort of-
also right around me.
Yeah, yeah.
I would feel better if we could just drop a couple of instruments from the strings, just because I can't, with the violins next to me, I can't hear any of the rest of the orchestra.
Jamie, good characterization. Your bow is too long.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
The night before the final is given to the singers for the all-important resting of the voice.
I would like to see, ideally, the day before the finals, that they would have it free. Free of singing, maybe they just want to vocalize or something like that. But as far as an actual rehearsal is concerned, it's better they didn't have to sing that day. But sometimes, in some places, they have to sing the day before, and then they have on the day of, they have another rehearsal in the morning. I mean, but I think that's too tiring. I mean, of course, I'm coming from the point of view as a singer, and the conductor might think differently. But because he has to put his orchestra together in a short length of time. But I'm thinking about the health of the voice.
While others are out having dinner with their families, Penelope's planning a quiet night in.
I'm just waiting for my Japanese food, and then I'm going to have a bath and go to sleep. Grace has told us we're not allowed to talk or laugh, so this has to be a very short phone call.
Tonight, my entire family is congregated at a different hotel. So they're all talking and laughing and having a drink, and here I am on my own watching TV. But it will be worth it if I sing well enough.
The morning of the big day, and Joanna is worrying about the impression she's made on the judge so far.
I haven't always sung as well as I had hoped to this week, which has been really disappointing. But the rest of the day I'm going to think about my lessons and just go out and try to sing really well tonight.
Jamie's spending the afternoon in his room kicking back. He's been working right up to the final, raising money for his studies at the Royal College of Music in London.
I still need to raise another 50,000 of the fees. I've got now about 3 months to do that. So it would be really good to win the prize tonight, obviously.
Over at the town hall, everyone makes their own final preparations, with only a couple of hours left until curtain up.
I didn't even expect to get into the semi-finals because I'm, quite young and quite new to this. The whole experience is quite amazing. Yeah, we don't exactly go home empty-handed, so... Apparently I leave the audience feeling cold. I've been told. Feeling cold. That's what Madam Bunbury said.
I'm feeling really relaxed, actually, surprisingly, about this evening. I know my repertoire and I really can't do anything more.
Finally, Alison walks the stage in her dress for the first time.
I'm well prepared. I can only do my best, and I've got a good chance.
Good evening, gentlemen. House is open. We're half an hour away. Thank you.
I spent weeks perusing British websites for the gentry to see how to tie bow ties and where to buy opera bumps.
And they're the most formal shoes that you can wear with white tie. And they come from, I think they descend from about the 1700s. So they're very, very traditional. Thank you very much. With silk socks, which I also had to buy from England because you can't buy them in New Zealand anymore.
Just a few minutes before curtain up, and Joanna decides she needs a last-minute change to the tempo.
Yeah, that's okay.
Whatever, I'll follow you.
Just because I'm nervous, I might have touch this.
It's a very fluttering piano, but you can just...
Every little detail, it seems, is important at this point.
I have one in this pocket for my nose, one in this pocket for ladies if they need it, and one in this pocket for decoration, which never comes out.
You gentlemen.
And that's the hankies. 3.
What about if gentlemen need a handkerchief? Yeah. We all really enjoy each other's company and we all really encourage each other. And, backstage we just sort of have a lot of fun without being too rowdy and using up too much voice.
The house fills, and each singer is quietly praying that they'll be the one to leave the stage with a title that belongs to New Zealand opera legends. Winner of the SongQuest 2005.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Yet once a little while, and I will shake.
It really felt to me that it wasn't a competition when we got to that final concert. It felt like we'd spent a whole week working with Miss Bunbury and the orchestra to really put on a really good concert.
All nations I'll shake, the heavens, the earth, the sea, the dry land. All nations I'll shake, and bodies of all nations shall come.
Please welcome Madeline Pierrot.
I didn't even expect to get into the semi-finals because I'm, quite young and quite new to this. The chance to sing with an orchestra, that in itself was an experience I'll always carry with me.
It was just so exciting to have all this sound coming from behind you, and I actually thought I'd be overpowered, but the conductor was really sympathetic. So much fun.
The best thing is when you perform live for an audience, because I feel so happy when I get to sing for people. It feels like I've been given a gift and I just have to use it.
The most useful thing from the masterclass was just not to move, to stand still, have my head straight, throat open. It's amazing how much more powerful you feel when you just deliver the music with your voice.
After beating 60 other competitors, surviving judges, recordings and the criticism of Grace Bunbury, one of these singers is about to join the ranks of New Zealand's best ever.
Third prize goes to Jamie Frater.
It's not quite the $25,000 Jamie was hoping for, but $10,000 for third place.
The second prize goes to Alison Cormack.
There's $18,000 for Alison.
first prize then goes to Madeleine.
And Madeline Pirard takes home the top prize of $25,000 and a round-the-world airfare.
When the judge said my name for third, I wasn't really surprised. It was what I expected. I'm very, very thrilled that I'm in the top 3.
I feel absolutely thrilled and really good results, and I'm very, very happy for Madeline.
Shocked? In shock. I wasn't quite prepared for that. And then I wasn't quite prepared to sing that aria again either. So that was quite hard.